young speaker, I'm going to invite Comrade Dexter from Red Youth to address the meeting and tell us a little bit about why he, as a young person, is part of this struggle.
Arrival production, mate. Arrival production.
Thank you, comrades. Comrade Ella mentioned that there are some comrades who are younger than 20 years. I'm slightly older, but still it is funny to think that the party is so young in many ways, but also so experienced so far. So, comrades, what a pleasure it is for all of us to be gathered here for this momentous occasion, 20 years of the Communist Party of Great Britain, Marxist-Leninist. It was a little under 3 years ago that I joined the party, and I don't think I could have imagined at that time giving a speech on behalf of any political organisation or any organisation, let alone Red Youth, our youth wing. Yet such is the energy and vigour in our party, the commitment to Marxist study, that not only helps us understand the world around us and how we can go about changing it, but crucially gives us the confidence to do so. To have around us people who are not only like-minded, but committed, capable, revolutionary cadres. This is invaluable in a country such as our own, where class consciousness is so very low compared with the rest of the world. It's the revolutionary energy of our party, as reinforced by our political study, which I would like to touch on today. I joined the party after a few months of starting my first full-time job. And I was eager to impress my employer. I accepted long hours and little sleep in order to prove I could do the job. It took me just a few months to realise that despite the great amount of work I put into the role, with the job occupying my mind most moments of the day due to the strange hours I was working, I wasn't really getting anything out of it. I didn't feel fulfilled. In Marxist terms, I had quickly become alienated from my labour. I didn't feel a part of the service the company was providing, and really the service wasn't doing anything good for the world. It was just another cog in capitalist economy that didn't really seem to produce anything meaningful. The division of labour under capitalism that under socialism would produce great wealth for the working class by rationally divvying up work, instead removes all pleasure one should get from work. Without Marxism, I could never have put all of this into words. Certainly without the encouragement of the party and the work it's given me to use Marxism in practice and hone my skills not only on the streets, but actually learn new ones in aid of any work the party needs doing. And I wouldn't be the person I am today without this development. The revolutionary energy of the party does not come from nowhere. It's the result of decades of arduous work and faithful study by the founding members of the party, even before it was formed. This culture of work was astonishing to me when I first joined. I'm still in awe of it, and I do my utmost to emulate it. Whenever I talk about party work I've been doing to a friend of mine, he often laughs, "Why would you do it if you're not being paid to do it?" Why? Because it's right. Because I couldn't go forward, having studied Marx and Lenin, without doing something about the wretched world the bourgeoisie has created. And especially not when we know for a concrete fact that we can change it. The Great October Socialist Revolution in Russia did change it. No matter how hard the bourgeoisie may try to make the workers of Britain and the world forget this fact, we will never let them, and we will never let them forget the achievements of the Soviet Union. It's this fact that led me to the CPGB-ML. I didn't really know much about the Soviet Union growing up. I accepted as fact, as many of us did, that Stalin was some kind of dictator, manipulator, mastermind, evil on par with Hitler, and that the Soviet Union was an oppressive country full of miserable people, half of whom were in labour camps, personally placed there by Joseph Stalin himself, of course. Yet, the more I learned in bourgeois history, the more contradictions I found. Turning to left-wing sources penned by various anarchists, and as I would later learn, revisionists and Trotskyites alike, I was just left further confused. It was only the courageous stance taken in Proletarian and now Car that engaged me. Here was a confident stance in defence of the Soviet Union, and one that added up, no less. I was instantly hooked, all of my ideas being challenged at once. I've never looked back since. Even on my lowest days, studying a little Marx, doing a little party work, brings everything back into perspective. Here's to many more years of the CPGB-ML. Thank you, thank you.
I genuinely don't know how to follow that. I feel really moved as a testament to the work we've been doing. You couldn't get better, I don't think. But you know, Dexter said something really important there, that the culture of our party didn't begin 20 years ago. The culture that makes our party began 60 years ago. Our founding chair, Comrade Hopal, and the close comrades around him, who also were the founders of this party, began their work in the 1960s. And they have been working and studying every single day since then. That is the foundation on which our party rests. And of course, they took their inspiration from the comrades who made the revolutions in the Soviet Union, in China, all over the world. They took their guidance from the founders of our great movement, and they have tried to live up to it. And that is what we also try to do from these.